Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy. It's the man with the biggest titties in the world. Woo! Wow, the biggest titties in the world. Woo! Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ruffle Rowlet. I'm actually really tired. Like, I have literally not had any sleep, so actually I'm feeling really dizzy right now. I'm gonna be honest. But I've got some Fanta here. Yes, no Coke. Yeah, that's the good shit. Really quickly, just here, I want to give a shout out to Profit here. These guys, Profit and Tools, for sending this little like it's like a little like beard oil. It's not sponsored actually. They just sent this for free for me, and you know I want to just kind of give them a little bit of shout out for sending that my way. But basically, it's like beard oil. So since I'm trying to like grow my beard out because I actually shaved to kind of restart my beard that I was getting started with, but I'm restarting it. I'm going to be using this stuff for that luscious beard. So shout out to them dudes. Either way. Ladies and gentlemen, we got rumors. We got a big chunky rumor today. Actually, two big chunky rumors that I thought we'd go through. One of them is going to be one of those Pokemon images, you know what I mean? Which I think is most likely fake, but I love the design that's being shown, so I thought it's worthwhile covering it. And also the next one is actually one of those list rumors, but it's a little bit of a long one, so do get ready. It's a pretty chunky one, to be frankly honest, and it was posted on the, I think, today, no, not today, yesterday. Supposed to yesterday. So I wasn't able to get to it yesterday because you guys know there's just a bunch of shit coming out all the time. So I thought we'd go through it today, discuss it and all that. But ladies and gentlemen, before we get into it though, I want to ask you quickly guys, if you haven't checked out our t-shirt designs yet, they're still on sale. They're going to be going off soon. We're going to be getting brand new designs in there, or like one brand new design is going to be like really sick, but we're going to get rid of the previous ones though. So if you want to check those out, please do right now before we get those out for this month. But yeah, check those out. Either way, what's the next thing I'm going to do here, guys? Well, we're getting into the actual information, right? Because that's what you guys are here for. So here we go. So we're starting off with the actual post saying, legit information, spoilers, Sword and Shield. From Anonymous on 4chan, as per usual. You know, that's where everything kind of starts. But here's what he starts with, though. It's saying, legit leak, Pokedex. Saying that there's something around 63 to 85 new Pokemon. Maybe there might be more. That's a little bit strange. He's not giving an exact number, he's just kind of wildly guessing around, which never is a good indication. All Britain/Norse lore became Pokemon. That makes no sense either. Because he's saying here, like, all British/Norse mythology lore became... Brother, what are you talking about? Okay, whatever. Giant snake, which we heard before, you know, that there's going to be like a metal snake. Nothing strange out of that one. We've heard that one before, right? That's nothing out of the ordinary, nothing new. A lot of dragons and fairies. Makes sense. I mean, we're going to the UK, like, it's a country that's had a lot of, you know, dragons in their, like, mythology and fairies and whatnot. You know, that sort of stuff exists a lot in their mythology, so that's nothing out of the ordinary. Of course, it's expected of the UK, you know, England and whatnot. It's expected to be there and to be represented, right? Then you continue saying a Dark Knight Pokemon, which makes me confused. Like, does that mean like a Dark Knight, like a Dark type Pokemon that's based on a knight, or the Dark Knight as in Batman? You know what I mean? I'm Batman. You know what I mean? Like, what are we going with here? Like, which one is? What are we talking about? Are we going like Batman, or are we going something else? Like, that's what I'm curious about. But it's not really been answered here, if I'm going to be frankly honest. But it is what it is, though. Then it says 3 new evolutions, which seems too many. 2 is enough, but 3, buddy, I think you're overplaying your cards here. He continues on saying sea monsters, more than one. Loch Ness Monster is one of them, which would make sense. I think Nessie is going to get represented in a new way. I mean, we already have Lapras, right, which is based on the Loch Ness Monster, somewhat. But I think we're going to get another one for sure. I think it would be a missed opportunity if they didn't. Then he says there's a dog, a mole, and 3 different birds, a fencer, and more. Now, we've heard about fencers being a potential Pokemon a few times already. Nothing new out of that one. I've heard that one before. So, interesting, but nothing new, to be frankly honest. Regional forms, I don't know much about. Apparently, the Ghost Armor Pokemon is Golurk in its original form, or it can be a new Pokemon, which now he's referring to a different rumor, actually. Now he's referring to a different rumor about a Ghost Armor Pokemon, which is interesting. Which is very interesting. Then he continues on, saying that starters, Skull Bunny evolves into a soccer player. Everyone who says that Skull Bunny is going to be a fairy or steel type are wrong. So he's saying no fairy, no steel type. So what would that mean then? Electric? Something else? What is it going to be? I mean, you ain't telling us. Sobble evolves into a predator lizard, like a dragon, but don't think it'll be a dragon type, alright? And Grookey evolves into a bard monkey. Now, I want to know what a bard monkey is. That makes me a bit curious now. Let me see what a bard monkey is. That sounds interesting. So, what's a bard monkey? Is that like something out of mythology, like a real thing, like a mythological creature? Or like a bard? Is it like about a bard? Like, I mean, if I look such a bard, right? Bards, like, you know, is that like singers? People that go around like sing, you know, and like that sort of stuff. That's, I guess, what he means. So a bard monkey, I guess, would be a monkey that's like, you know, a bard. I guess that pretty straightforward. I'm pretty sure. I think that pretty much establishes that. Okay, fair enough. I don't know the typing. Fair enough. Mechanics. No new Ultra Beasts. Fair enough. I don't really care for Ultra Beasts anyways. I don't know about you guys. Do you guys care about Ultra Beasts? I personally don't, so I don't care if they're not returning. No new Z moves. Okay, that's perfect, actually. I hated Z moves, so that would be a good riddance, in my opinion. No new Megas so far, but they're in the game. So there are Mega Evolutions, but no new ones. Kind of expected at this point. No Pokemon followers, so I guess that means like no Pokemon following you. That's also expected. I already said that like several months ago before Sword and Shield was even announced. No HMs, makes sense, right? No Ride Pager, a Alolan mount, so it's they're gonna do something different. No Armored Evolution, which fair enough. So he basically just like all the mechanics here are just the ones that aren't gonna be in the game, according to him. Which then you know, I asked the question is, what is the new feature in this game? What is the new mechanic? Is my question. You know what I mean? Like what is the new one gonna be like? That's my question. But yeah, fair enough. So, next thing. Game features. NPCs are more dynamic and vivid, which would be great because there's an issue with Pokemon characters in general, as it's just kind of like, oh cool, I saw you, let's battle, right? And there's nothing more to them. If they actually made them dynamic and interesting, that would be great. NPCs do not stand in the same place. That actually sounds awesome. Because then everybody will have a different experience playing through the game. Not everybody's experience will be the same. So that way you could actually like have your own unique journey. That actually would be perfect. NPCs do not stand in the same place. You can exchange NPCs per player online in certain areas of this game. That's weird. That's just a little bit weird. The game is much more populated, which I hope so. In the trailer so far, it seemed very empty. It seemed very empty, so I do hope it's more populated. Dialogues are more dynamic and give you several options to answer, which would be a dialogue tree or whatever. Or, you know, like a... That would actually be pretty cool, if I'm going to be honest. Very difficult puzzles. Great. I do like puzzles in Pokemon games. Battles are very difficult. I hope they are, because more difficult battles would be great. The game resembles an MMORPG. Does it, though? It doesn't feel like that based on the trailer so far that we've seen, but who knows? I guess we'll know more as soon as we get the next trailer, I guess. You know, that's when we'll get more information. The game resembles an MMORPG. There are quests for everything. To do anything, you need to do a quest. It is possible to create guilds in online mode. Textures drastically improved until will be drastically improved until launch day. Very, very dynamic weather system. Perfect, in my opinion, if they do have a dynamic weather system. Which, again, we need to see proof of that, man. If this shit is real, that would be perfect. Everything he's mentioned in game features sounds fantastic, in my opinion. Honestly, it sounds like must-have for Pokemon. I actually think that would be fantastic, but the question is it true or not? Story. In the latest teaser, we saw several emblems of what supposedly appear to be grand families. The truth is, they are not families. We will not have noble or grand families. Those emblems represent the guilds that we'll have in this game. The only family we'll have is the royal family. Strong arrival, which sounds great, and also the royal family thing. I mean, sure, I mean, actually, that would make sense. So strong arrival. Look at your cell phone every time. Professor can give you some very interesting quests. And according to this guy, the next trailer comes at the end of this month, probably on the 23rd, which would also make sense with when the next Nintendo Direct might be happening, which is around the same time. So, if anything, that actually matches up really well. Oh yeah. To me, this is actually a perfect rumor. I actually love this. To begin with, they're getting game features. Everything he mentions there sounds great. Quests for everything sounds good. Like, you know, it's just being possible to create guilds in online mode sounds fantastic. Textures, of course, improving. It's gonna happen. I know that for a fact. The game is much more populated, which would be great. I mean, trailer hasn't shown us that yet. Dialogues being more dynamic. They're giving you several options to answer and stuff like that. Again, sounds awesome as well. This actually seems like really, really like the perfect kind of way to go for Pokemon, if I'm gonna be frankly honest. Like, this genuinely feels like the perfect path to go down. I'm gonna be frankly honest. It just sounds like the perfect path, and I don't even know what I would say more than that. Like, it just sounds perfection in my opinion. But yeah, so that's the rumor for this one, guys. And now let's jump over to the next thing here, which is this right here. So this popped up in my feed, and people were asking me, like, check it out, give your opinions and all that. And I thought we'd actually take a look at it and, you know, give my thoughts and opinions. So to begin with, it looks like it's meant to be like some sort of deer, but also I get the feeling of this almost being like a I was thinking a sphinx, as well as like a griffin almost, but it's not really a griffin, it's more like a deer, right? It's got antlers and all that, but it doesn't, like, I can't really pinpoint it with a specific animal, but it looks a little bit like the body at the bottom reminds me a lot of like a, of the body of a griffin, you know what I mean, a griffin, so to say, while the rest of it kind of reminds me of a deer, and like the fact that its like body is very thin reminds me of a deer rather than, you know, a griffin, and I think it looks fantastic. I mean, but then again, it also does remind me, if this is a legendary, if this is meant to be a legendary, it is fantastic looking, but it also reminds me too much of like X and Y's legendary, you know, whatchamacallit, Xerneas. Reminds me too much of Xerneas, in a sense, like with the thin legs and kind of like the antlers and all that, kind of reminds me of that. But I do like this though. Like, it looks really clean, and it's got like the clean design, but I don't think it's real, because it just doesn't feel enough like a Pokemon design that they'd run with nowadays. This is too creative for Pokemon to make. Honestly, I think this is too creative for them to do. So I don't know, man. I think it looks fantastic, though. I think it looks like a great design. I really hope it's real, though, because honestly, I would love for this to be one of the legendaries rather than like a random, you know, like if this was meant to be the horse, that would be great. Or, you know, rather this than like another snake, you know what I mean? Something weird like that. I mean, I wouldn't mind another snake. I like snake Pokemon, but just, you know, a metal snake just sounds really weird. Too much like something out of like Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be the end of the video, though. If you did enjoy, guys, then drop a like down below. Thank you so much for watching. My name has, of course, been Ruffle Rallet, and I will catch you all in the next one. Have such a great day, and bye-bye, ladies and gentlemen.